Guys, I wanted to get this out. Thanks for the email. I'm available up until noon tomorrow, Thursday. So, yeah, let's get on a call. Um, I see your comment here. And so, yeah, I have data that does back this up. Public adjusters. We've had one for at least 4 years before and after COVID. And then we've had a couple others that they get regular bookings for inspections. That's, you know, any type of claim residential. So we know that that does work, and we did that in the terms of Michael still working and trying to stay incognito. Instead of his phone blowing up at work, he's getting scheduled appointments for people to call him about what they need, right, or an inspection. But I agree. If you're going to blow some gas at it with some leads, and there's actually going to be a backstop called a team handling calls and leads to call people back, that would be great. Or, Michael, if your status has changed and now you're full time, then we just need to be made aware of that. Like the Facebook page, when we turned it off, I had no idea. I don't know if you communicated that with Melena or not, but I had no idea. And I'm sitting there going, why is this page off? That's why I called you. But yeah, CTAs and forms, pop ups, numbers, they all need to be hot. Like this is make Texas my home. This guy is a a mortgage broker tied with real estate, but there they are. They're hot, right? Short and sweet, gets to a form. Big text curve appeals same way, short and sweet. Phone numbers are hot, the buttons are hot, so there's action to everything. Small blocks quickly, so that way it looks tidy on a mobile device. Even results roofing, he's only got 7 on the menu. These other ones had 3 or 4. I think on Zeus we've got 6. Google will tell you 6, 7. Max is really like 8 on the menu for tabs, and then put everything else in drop downs. And then 15 characters or less is what they recommend for a domain name because of the amount of search volume today compared to just 5 years ago, especially 10 years ago, right? So there's reasons behind it. So this guy, I do love the presentation. They're on the same platform exactly what was built with Zeus. It's Elementor, which is a base which is able to be stackable and you can grow. But this cat's got 100 pages, guys, on this menu. It's overloaded here. And then this is old school thinking right here. Put all the cities on there. That's like putting it on the bottom of the website, like we used to do in the old days, or microsites. Google kind of penalizes you for that now. They don't like seeing that junk. So I'm just curious. Is this guy running PPC campaigns to relevant content pages? Has he got that many ads or that many campaigns, or is he rotating ads? And then how would that work with PPC? Because you got to run something for a while. And then I know you want this split here. I saw that, so that reminds me of OnCarrot and Propelio. We took so many people from Propelio years ago. At least to give you a tip, this is a design tip. As long as he's passing minimal credentials on load speed for this video stuff, the designers are smart enough to know to put this on the left side. If you put it on the left side, it'll show in mobile. And for instance, this guy, he's got this on the left. This is what shows in mobile with that crowding it. This is not even visible in mobile. So even if, let's say, 20% of the people we are going to drive traffic with, we're going to be desktop users, which we know 90% of people are on mobile devices. It's actually higher than that. But let's say we capture 20% here. That's a very small number that's going to see this. And, so what's the antithesis? But his presentation's good. Who he is, how do you get a hold of me, what's the proposition, and then there's some validation here. We can do that with Michael now because some reviews have come in. Or what's the name of the companies? Like, let's see, there's an executive recruiting firm. We did this almost 5 years ago. He's got major companies, scrolling on the fold, as they call that right there. This guy hires or places CEOs and CFOs. In fact, boards call him to, when they're going to take somebody out like a CEO, he does something called stealth placement. Pretty cool. But everything's a pop up, man. Pop up, click action, get it, right? And he's only got a short menu. So at least on results roofing, which I know that I think you guys all know, Dustin. He's got a lot going on. And then, like, even on desktop, it's one, two, three, and it gets to the bottom. When I go over here, and let's go to a mobile view, okay, what I was telling you all ago, Google Search Console would probably red flag this for content bigger than the view, right? That's a 12 Pro. Jeez. So it is a little tight, but that button does work. Goes to a form, but let's just see. I have to move it over just to get to the menu. Uh, let's just pick something at random here. Okay, so I've looked at a bunch of this already, and some of these are square boxes and some of these are rectangles. They do highlight on desktop, but not on mobile. But the ones that are square just looks like content, doesn't look like an actionable button to me, so I might miss it, right? But you got one. Okay, so let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm still on 9.5 to get to the bottom. But you had at least 7 or 8 pages of black letters on a white paper. I don't find any data from Google that tells us that people are reading this much. I would have put all these in an accordion, these titles with expandable or read more, if they just wanted to take the time to read what did that subject say. And they would probably park somewhere. That'd be the second visit, time on site, multiple pages, which increases your convertibility. There's no data that I know of that tells me, 15 characters or less, they tell you for a domain, and they tell you 6, 7, maybe 8 on the header. There's no data that supports this kind of, it's a lot. And then let's say I do get someone over here and they wind up on the commercial section, and I get caught up in the rabbit trail here, and I need to just get over to a service I think you're offering, but when I don't find it, then there goes my bounce rate. So we did a test score on Zeus. We're scoring an A, 1.0 seconds. They're scoring a C with loading in 1.7 seconds. They're still below the 2.0 required by Google, but there is a load fail on mobile view, even though it gets a decent score. So that goes back to design with compression and that type of thing. So we have compressed the images. We do pay attention to that. But the content layout was just strictly bringing over what we knew was at Wix. Low-key platform was because Michael was at work. If we got a budget and a team, and Michael, if you're full-time now or any of those combinations, by all means, let's make some adjustments and rock it out, okay? Totally in on that. I'm just indifferent about this, not negatively, but the mobile device, or if it's not on the right side or the left side, what is on the left side, because whatever's left to right on a website is what's vertical top to bottom on mobile. And then if that's on the right side, the actual form, it's not going to show. May not have been aware of that, but I love the bullet points that you're giving this new content. Just keep in mind that if he didn't spend a lot of money for 100 pages in content, copywriters, proofreaders, I mean, we do big sites. We know what that takes. That's a bigger chunk of money than what we done so far. And I don't know if that's what we want to do. All of that may not be necessary. We might just need to modify what's targeted as trends go, right? You can't have everything on it. And it looks like this guy tried to do that. But if he didn't spend that kind of money, that means they just went and copied and pasted somebody else's stuff. And we just can't do that, because the liability will go back to the copyright here. And then who built the site. So anyway, we can talk about all that tomorrow. Love what you guys sent. Totally in, totally open. Let's talk about it, and let's put the best foot forward. I had offered Facebook with a lookalike campaign just to get some leads going, and then we can continue to talk about SEO strategy or PPC or whatever you guys want to do. We're totally open. All right, thanks.